folks, it's Nuages again, and today it's proper chords to Nuage or clouds in English. I will play one chorus as a demonstration and then I will explain everything in detail, and this is the most important Django ballad, so watch out. And the chords are pretty normal, there are not so many gypsy jazz typical voicings and a lot of typical jazz voicings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That was pretty much one chorus from the melody, and notice that we never talked about ballad strumming. When you strum a ballad, the one that I just did, that version works good for, you know, when the melody is playing. There are several options to play it, and I will first explain some of the chords and then we will talk about the rhythm. Well, it starts with a B flat minor 7 chord, pretty normal chord, 6th fret, normal jazz chord with B flat, A string muted, and then the ring finger is playing like A flat, D flat, and F. And then we go to E flat dominant 7 9. In the original Django version, it's just E flat dominant 7 9, and this is also written in some books. But nowadays, a lot of players play this 2 5, like B flat minor 7 and E flat dominant 7 with B flat, E flat. First finger playing G, and then the ring finger is playing all 3 notes at the same time, like D flat, F, and B flat. And the Django version starts with, and then it goes directly to D dominant 7. But in the version that I just played, before the D dominant 7, there's an A half diminished, or A minor 7 flat 5, and this is the pretty normal jazz voicing. You can play that with the middle finger on the A, 5th fret on the E string, A string is muted, G and C, also in the 5th fret on D and G string, and the first finger is playing the flat 5, E flat, 4th fret on the B string. Or you can play with the thumb at the bass, a lot of players do that like that, sometimes I do that too. And then we play a D dominant 7 chord. D dominant 7 9 is okay, even though the melody note is E flat and F, so it shouldn't be a wrong chord, but a lot of gypsy players do it. You can also play what I do a lot of times. I play a normal D dominant 7 chord with D, F sharp, C, and D. Or you can just go ahead with the melody and play D dominant 7, flat 9, or raised 9 is also fine. And then we go to the G, and then there is this movement that's typical for Nuage. Actually it's G, but now we walk up the fretboard with A minor 7, 5th fret, same then B flat minor 7 the 6th. B flat diminished with B flat, A string muted. Then there is the first finger holding a little bar chord with G, C and E, but the C will not be heard because the ring finger in the 6th fret is playing D flat or C sharp, whatever you like. And then we go to that chord, and this is actually a triad, it's G with B in the bass. We got, if you want the power chord here with G, D and G, and then our middle finger is playing the third, B, 7th fret on the E string, and the bass. And this is a very typical movement. Second line is the same as the first. And then you can make a variation here. Instead of playing the same, you can play the same, you can play again that one. A lot of players do it, it's absolutely fine. You can do a variation, and instead of that you can play a 2-5-1 back to G. It's pretty much the same, you know. And you have G then, and now I played this G6 chord with my thumb in the bass, and the middle finger is playing D and G at the same time. The first finger is playing natural B, and the ring finger is playing E and A at the same time. That's a hard one. If you can't do that, you can just play the middle 4 strings with D, G, B, natural B, and E is also fine. And then A minor 7, D dominant 7, 9, and again G. Then we go to the minor key, to E minor, and we do that with F sharp half diminished, and I played that over here in the 9th fret with F sharp 9th fret on the A string, and then C 10th fret on the D string, E G string 9th fret, and again 10th fret, A on the B string. And then I played then you can play any B dominant 7 chord you like. That one would be typical for jazz, or you can play it with the thumb up here. You can play a bar chord. You can play a bar chord with the ring finger and the 10th fret on C. Make it a flamenco chord, like B flat 9. You can also play that one that I also like. It's just on the lower 4 strings with B, D sharp, A, and D sharp again. And you can also split that bar up with 2 strokes of B dominant 7 and then 2 strokes D sharp full diminished with D sharp 6th string on the A, 6th fret on the A string, then A 7th fret on the D string, and then the C here and the 5th fret on the G string, and the pinky is playing F sharp. And back to E minor, and you can play the triad, you can play what the Rosenbergs do a lot, an E minor 9 chord, which is pretty nice and it sounds a bit modern with E, G, D, and F sharp. Then we move along to A dominant 7. Same that we had for B, A flat dominant 7 and A dominant 7, and then D dominant 7. And then instead of playing that chord 2 bars as it's written, I play D, D dominant 7, A minor, E flat dominant 7, D dominant 7. Yoshio told me that, and in his version of Nuage I always play that because the chords are pretty much arranged in that version. Also. Oh, bye, 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 bye. Back to the beginning, exactly the same thing. And now you can also again play this one that we had before. But now there's also a nice idea that I'm playing the Yoshio version and that Yoshio told me to do is this one, A, and then A minor 6 or D dominant 7, whatever you like. It's a 3-note voicing with A string is muted, F sharp and C. Then you move that to the 8th fret to make it somehow F dominant 7 or C minor 6. And then back to the G with B in the bass. Then comes the same movement in a different key. And you could move up everything to the 11th fret and it would be exactly the same, ending up on C. You can also play this C6, or you could also play that for G here. And then it would be exactly the same, you see? Or you can just stay here and play a normal E flat minor 7 jazz chord with E flat 3rd here, up here the G flat, and then the D flat, and then here it's again G flat, you can play that, and then A flat dominant 7 13, or like gypsy players often do, A flat dominant 13 with a flat 9 in the bass, which makes it actually more A diminished chord with A string muted, and then you got those 3 notes. and then D half diminished, same that we had before for F sharp half diminished, but in the 5th fret, and G dominant 7, and C. And on the C you got a lot of options. You can play C and 2, 5, C, or you can do the same thing that we had on G. You can do C, D minor, then it's the same on the A string, and this might be pretty interesting. So I played C6 like that with G, C, E, A, D and G. Then I play D minor 7 again. Sometimes I leave away my first finger, just playing this. Then this is the D sharp fully diminished that we had before, and instead of E minor I'm playing also C and G like a power chord on C with E in the bass as a substitute for C, or not as a substitute, it's actually a C triad, only with E in the bass. E, 7th fret on the A string, D string is muted, first finger is playing C on the G string, and then the pinky is playing G, like that. So then we go to the so-called minor chord on the 4th, or the 4th minor. In German we say vermolte Subdominant, the subdominant chord in minor. And this is C minor 7, 8th fret, same thing we had for A minor 7 or B flat minor 7, then F dominant 7, 9, and again G. And you can play G the same way than we had C here, up in the 10th fret, like this is like and then the end is the same in the beginning. And in the very end we play G, C minor 6, and now I'm playing C, D string muted, A and E flat. This is the chord that I would play in the 3rd position. G, C minor 6 and G, and then the form starts. Or you can just play G and C minor 6 or 6, 9. If you like the C minor 6, it's C, 8th fret, A string is muted, and then we got A, 7th fret on the D string, and this little bar chord with E flat, G and C. Or if you want the 9, pinky's playing D, and then again G. Well, this is pretty much the form. So what you can do when you're playing ballads, there are a lot of variations that you can do. One is playing long short. Another one is playing every note short. It gives a lot of attention to the solo. And my right hand is actually playing the double time movement. Basically the short version with a double time movement. What I mean by double time is that we take these notes and then you can do something like some upstrokes that come from the exactly double time. So what's also very nice is, and what can be heard on the nice album of Rocky Grisset, where the rhythm player plays something, I don't know the name of the album, maybe it's just the way you look tonight or something like that. This is the first song, I'm not pretty sure. It's the standard, it's the album where he plays standards. And this is like that. You're playing all notes long and supporting the bass on 2 and 4. This is also very nice. Especially in very slow tempi. This is also very nice. The one that Joshua prefers, because he told me, is like you play a long one, then a strong one, and 2 strokes at the same dynamic, like that. course, you can mix it up, everything. You can mix everything up. You know, in a ballad there are a lot of possibilities. You know. Okay, in the end, because this is pretty much it, let me talk a bit about some chord variations that are typical for Nuage. When it comes to part B, I call part B, or let's say the second harmonic circumstance, when it goes to E minor. Instead of playing a whole bar F half diminished and then a whole bar B dominant 7, a lot of players play this. And this is no magic, it's a typical jazz thing. You split the 2-5 up and play the 2-5 2 times, half as long, instead of a long 2 and a long 5. And there are a lot of other, there is one other situation in that tune where this happens. On the C minor you can also play. And then G. And what you can do to make it sound very old school, instead of 2-5 here, you can just play what we did what I showed you in the beginning in the Django version. You can play only F dominant 7. And then G. This is also very old school, leaving away the 2 and playing the dominant chord immediately. Well, okay, this is pretty much the chords of this beautiful tune, and I suggest to also learn the melody. The melody is also very simple. It's just, let's say, a guideline melody. It starts on the 5th of, with a chromatic approach on the 5th of the tonic, and then we go from the 9. This is a very simple tune, and it's the same then there, and we have this motif all over, you know, in part B. Then again the same thing. This is the same, then like just higher, we have the chords, and then we have 2 times, and then to G, and again. Very simple melody. I really think you should learn that. And when you learn that, there is one thing that has to do with chords. That's why I played it, that you can do, and this is very beautiful. For example, when you play the opening phrase and you end up on the F, which is the top note of the B minor 7, you could play a B minor at 9 and then take this counterpoint melody and just follow with the chords. You know, this one's very beautiful. Sorry. This is very beautiful. Or you could, of course, support the melody with a chord all the time. Go back like this. You know, this is also very nice. And I also suggest to play, especially when learning ballads, to learn a chord melody of that tune all the time. So, you know, that you put the melody together with some chords, and that will help you to increase your knowledge not only of chords, but also of the combination of melody and chord notes, like. It's working everywhere. so on. You know, just go ahead and try and make your own thing. This is very nice when learning ballads, you know, to try and check out where are the chords underneath the melody, so that you can play the song actually also alone. And this is a nice exercise, and you can do it with whatever standard. So I hope that helped you. And this was proper chords to Nuage. You can also play Nuage and practice the melody and the improvisation with my new play-alongs. Soon there will also be play-alongs where the rhythm guitar is missing and just a lead guitar is there. And I will upload the first one of those videos soon, maybe next month. And I hope you subscribed, and see you soon. Bye bye.